Hello, this is Opinion Radar. As someone who spent decades fixing and building around the house, I've tried my fair share of clamps. Some work great, but others let you down when you need them most. Recently, I gave the POWERTEC Strap Clamps a whirl, hoping they'd prove reliable for the everyday tasks I tackle. After using them on a few projects, I'm impressed enough to share my thoughts. These clamps might just be the unsung heroes for your next DIY adventure. In the next few minutes, I'll tell you what I found, the jobs they've handled, and a couple of small quirks. Whether you're a handyman on the weekend or just someone who likes to fix things yourself, this review could be helpful. I'll be honest, my expectations were modest, but these clamps have surprised me in several ways. Let me tell you, finding a reliable clamp for weekend woodworking projects can be a real headache, especially when you're working with limited tools. That's exactly why the POWERTEC Strap Clamps have become a staple in my shop. At just $11, these clamps offer an ergonomic handle that's comfortable to grip, something I appreciate after years of struggling with painful, poorly designed tools. The quick-release mechanism is a blessed relief. No more wrestling with levers or screws. What really stands out is the adjustability. Whether I'm clamping a thick cabinet panel or a narrower frame, the strap adapts smoothly. I've used cheaper clamps that lose tension or break under pressure, but these hold firm without fuss. For someone like me, who occasionally tackles DIY projects instead of calling a pro, this clamp feels like a solid, no-nonsense investment that saves both time and money. Last month, I had to fix a bathroom cabinet drawer that came apart after the kids helped moving it. Without any clamps at the time, I was ready to just glue and hope for the best. But then I remembered these strap clamps. Setting them up took a minute since there weren't any instructions. But once I got the hang of it, they were a godsend. The clamp held the drawer panels perfectly while the glue set, and I didn't have to enlist help or rush to a store. I've also used them for tightening loose joints in an old wooden chair. Those mortise and tenon joints can pop right out if you're not careful. The clamp's flexibility let me wrap it around awkward angles, something rigid clamps would never handle. It's amazing how such a simple tool can make intricate repairs feel manageable, even for an old hand like me. Now, I'll be honest, these clamps aren't perfect. The big issue I've run into is that they tend to slip on thin edges, like when I tried clamping a picture frame molding on smoother surfaces. The strap can creep out of the corner unless you take extra care. I solved this by gluing small bits of sandpaper to the corner pads. That roughened grip keeps everything stable. Another minor quirk is how the strap comes coiled and rubber banded. The first few times, unwinding it felt cumbersome, like trying to untangle a tangled cord. Once I figured out a spot to drape the coil, while working, it wasn't a big deal. But compared to clamps with a fixed strap holder, it's a small annoyance. Still, for the price, these flaws are easy to overlook, especially when the clamp performs so well for most tasks. I've used a few name brand clamps over the years, DeWalt, Irwin, the works, and while those have their place, I don't need them for every job. These POWERTEC clamps have handled every project I've thrown at them, assembling cabinets, holding picture frames square during glue-ups, even steadying a wobbly bookshelf. The handle's twist-lock system is intuitive once you get the rhythm, and the strap tension holds remarkably well. I reused the same clamp multiple times in a single day without any loss of power. What really wins me over is the portability. Unlike bulkier clamps that sit in my workshop collecting dust, I keep one of these in the trunk of my car for impromptu fixes around the house. For a simple, affordable tool that does the job without the fancy price tag, it's hard to beat. All things considered, I'd recommend these strap clamps to anyone who does occasional woodworking or home repairs. At $11, they're a fraction of the cost of premium brands, and they deliver enough performance to get the job done right. Yes, they slip on thin materials unless you add a bit of grip, and the coiled strap takes some getting used to. But for holding cabinets together, repairing furniture, or even crafting picture frames, They're reliable and easy to use. I've found myself reaching for them more often than I expected, and after years of tinkering with tools, that's saying something. If you're like me, someone who values practicality over polished chrome finishes, these clamps are no-brainer addition to your toolbox. Well, I've said my piece on these PowerTech clamps. If you found the review helpful, give it a like. And if you want more reviews that get straight to the point, subscribe to the channel. Think of it as clamping down on quality content. We've got you covered.